Hi, soul friends. Thank you for tuning in today. In this video, I just want to talk about something that lies at the core of every success, every failure, and every moment of change in our lives. The title of today's emotional intelligence talk is It's Up to You. And this isn't just a motivational slogan, it's a mindset shift that can transform how you approach your goals, challenges, and life in general. I will share practical examples and actionable steps to help you embrace this truth and unlock your potential. Excuse me. Now let's begin with the portion of the power of taking ownership. As we come to the end of the year, most people are focused on gifts, on who to buy what. Other people are focused on how much time they need to rest. Other people are focused on how much food they will eat, and they are busy shopping about what they will eat, where they'll go, the clothes they will wear, whatever you're focused on, of course, is your prerogative. But then we have to tune in at this time of the way. Actually, it's supposed to be every year, every day. But if you haven't had the moment, this is time to tune in and take full responsibility, take ownership of where you are in your life. Because when you take full responsibility of your actions, reactions, interactions, and experiences, then you're taking your power back from anything but you and God to create a life on your terms. Let's start with a question. How often do you blame external circumstances for your struggles? Maybe it's the economy, your upbringing, or even bad luck. While some factors are indeed beyond your control, your response to them is 100% within your power. Take Sarah, for instance. She worked in a corporate job she hated for years, and that was me. She constantly complained about her toxic boss and lack of growth. One day, she realized that waiting for her company to change wasn't going to help her. She decided to take an online course in marketing, network with professionals in her dream job field, and started freelancing. Within a year, she transitioned into a fulfilling career. The turning point wasn't the circumstances, it was her decision to act. So you ask yourself this question. Are you doing what you don't love? Are you at a job that makes you feel as though your soul is being slaughtered every single day? How do you feel about where you are? It could be a relationship, but for this particular example, it's a job. I have been there, and I'm actually there. There is a time, one of my professions is massage therapy. And I remember working for this organization, this franchise, where I was always on time. I had a great relationship with my clients. And one of the arrangements with the owner of this franchise was that every sale you made, you earned 10%. So I remember selling like crazy because I'm really so good at massaging. So I sold all these anti-pain and inflammatory, either they were lotions or tools or gadgets, to all my clients because they believed in my work, so they trusted my word. Because I sold so much, when I went to claim my earnings from the owner, he decided to cut down on the items that he could pay me the 10%. Like he changed the entire arrangement that we had discussed in the beginning because he didn't want to share his profits. And then beyond that, I remember working for 2-3 weeks without being paid, and I asked, hey, why am I not getting a paycheck when everybody got their paycheck after 2 weeks? And he said, oh no, because he came up with some reason that because I had joined right after the payroll, so I'll have to wait a month. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm driving every day to come to this job, making you a whole lot of money, and you're telling me that I have to wait until a month? if you are not going to get that money from the payroll, why don't you pay me for the 2 weeks I've worked and then pay yourself from the payroll? And he refused. And I quit. I took full responsibility. I'm like, I'm not going to be making a whole lot of money for this fool. And then he refused to pay me, And you know what's funny is that when I quit, he paid me for the 2 weeks. So he had the money to pay me, but he just didn't want to pay me. He wanted me to wait as he used the money I earned for the organization to buy whatever he wanted to buy and build his business. Now, that is a perfect example of taking ownership. Like if you feel like your boundaries are crossed and someone has crossed the line and you don't feel comfortable and you have hit the wall, you cannot blame the wall. You walk backward and find another way. So let's go to another example, a practical example, which is actually getting you to take full responsibility, like developing that mindset where you are in charge. You're conscious of what's going on and you're not settling for something that is literally killing your soul. And sometimes you might stay, say, with a job, an employer, or in a place, and it's not comfortable. But when you have a goal, just like Sarah, when you've set a timeline, when you know exactly what you're doing, when you probably maybe trying to save money, when you are on something, when you have a plan, but you're using this job or this employment opportunity as a stepping stone, or like a little section of the puzzle. Now, here's a small but transformative way to take ownership, and that is set a morning routine. Instead of hitting snooze 5 times, decide to wake up 30 minutes earlier to focus on yourself. Use this time to meditate, journal, or plan your day. Like get a notebook and start scripting what you want. And when you're scripting the things that you want, write them down as, I see myself doing this, and I see myself doing that, or I see myself being here or there. I see myself earning this amount of money, and I see myself feeling so good about it. You get the point. Ted John, a friend of mine who felt overwhelmed with his chaotic schedule, and he started dedicating 10 minutes every morning to write down his top 3 priorities for the day. This one habit gave him clarity and control, reducing his stress dramatically. What can you take charge of in your daily routine? Remember, small actions compound over time. And once you make a decision, the actions that follow or are needed for that decisions are almost automatic. Like decisions recruit their own actions. Like when you decide that this is what you want, the actions will come easy. Like I'll give you another example. I decided that I wanted to be a certain weight. And I also wrote it in my script, in my book, in my little notebook, that I saw myself eating healthy foods. I saw myself eating vegetables and fruits. I saw myself going to the gym every day. And I just wrote it on the book several times. And then I just found myself really doing that. Somehow I got inspired to go to the gym immediately after my day's work and really focusing on my diet and stretching and everything else that I had written in my book. I made the decision, and the decision recruited its own actions. So maybe take time to really write down what you want and write it down although you already see yourself doing it. And then practical example number 3 is overcoming fear of failure. Fear is another big obstacle. Many people wait for the perfect moment to act, but that moment rarely comes. So because it's up to you, you cannot be afraid of failure. Actually, it's up to you to be afraid or to move forward regardless, in spite of fear. Think about Michael Jordan. He once said, I have missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I have lost almost 300 games. I have been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again. And that's why I succeed. A personal story, when I wrote my book, or even all my books, I was terrified. I'm always terrified reading these books. And I always have these thoughts at the back of my mind that what if no one reads my books? What if they flop? But I push through these fears because I have realized something. Success isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. And I'm almost done with my 13th book. I just keep going. I don't let fear retard or constipate my success or my action. So whatever your dream is, start messy, start scared, but just start. Practical example number 4, health and fitness. Finally, let's talk about your health. We often blame lack of time or genetics for our fitness struggles, but these are excuses. Remember, the most valuable wealth we have is our health. When we are not healthy, nothing else is really important. When you feel good and vibrant and in total, absolute, perfect health, and then everything else follows, because without you, nothing else is. So it's really up to you to take charge of your health. It's really up to you to take charge of your mind. It's up to you to take charge of your goals. It's up to you to decide, what do you want? How do you want to feel? How do you want to look like? Where do you want to be? What decisions do you want to change? Which are the people you want to drop? Like, who are the people in your midst that make you feel like dying or buying a rope? You have to decide. It's really up to you. No one is coming to help you with that decision. If anyone helps you with the decision, it's their decision. Now take Dev, who was overweight and unhappy. Instead of overhauling his lifestyle overnight, he started small, taking 10-minute walks after lunch. Over time, he increased his activity and improved his diet. Now, 2 years later, he's 50 pounds lighter and has more energy than ever. What's one small change you can make today to change your health and fitness? Remember, consistency beats intensity. Now, in conclusion, here's the truth. Life will always throw challenges your way, but the outcome is up to you. You have the power to decide how you respond, how you grow, and how you succeed. Whether it's building better habits, surrounding yourself with the right people, or pursuing your dreams despite fear, every choice you make shapes your future. Take this as your reminder. You are the author of your story, and every single day you hold the pen. If you're looking for more tools to guide you on this journey, check out my book. One of them is The Sanity Warrior. It's packed with practical strategies and inspiring lessons to help you take control of your mind. Be in charge of this little ego mind so that it doesn't roll you and run you around as its slave. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. And remember, it's up to you. So take that first step today. So I hope you join my membership. There are a lot of goodies, a lot of intensive long videos that I'm uploading for members. I don't want you to miss out. But either way, come back and listen to this inspirational, emotional intelligence portion to help you navigate your way forward and start taking charge of your life. In the interim, I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to yours. Peace and blessings.